Hello and welcome. It's another edition of our Perfectly Placed preview show. This time it'll be for racing on Tuesday at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. After a good weekend of racing, I'm sure by now you're slowly starting to put that picture together for the Hollywoodbets Durban July. But more importantly, we hope that you're in good spirits. So what we're going to do is jump straight into this. First race goes off at 12:05. The bar pot race 2 at 12:40. The PA starts race 3 at 1:15. The pick 6, the bet we all want to catch, race 4 at 13:50. The first jackpot race 5 at 14:25. Second jackpot race 6 at the top of the hour of 3 o'clock. And the last race, all things being equal, race 9 goes off at 16:50. If you don't know by now, you need to head on over to our socials, our YouTube channel. There's lots of content going out there, exciting content. You'll find our perfectly placed interviews. Thank you to the trainers that helped us for this midweek race meeting, Vaughan Marshall, Michelle Ricks and Greg Enyon. And we hope that that'll help you try and find a few winners. Let's go straight into it. The first race, the Hollywoodbets Kenilworth welcomes your maiden juvenile plate. It is for the fillies. They'll line up at the top of the straight over 1,200 meters. Remember, there is no betting. We're doing this quite a few days in advance just to try and get it out there so that people can start studying form quite early. So there's no betting. I won't be able to help you with that. My first selection will probably lean towards number 9, Inside Voice. I did speak to Mr. Marshall for Perfectly Placed, and he was a little bit disappointed that she didn't win last time out. She travelled beautifully, and that last 50 meters or so, she just lies down. Second horse in that race has come out to win a very good race. She's My World. She looks quite exciting, trained by Justin Snaith. And the winner matched that. When she goes over a bit of ground, she looks to be an exciting filly. She ran 3 and a bit lengths behind Dream World. And that was on the 4th of May in the Winter Nursery, the Grade 3. So form lines are quite strong. If she enjoys the step up in trip to 1,200 meters, I think she'll be very difficult to beat. Sean Veal's been booked to ride and he knows her quite well. What are the dangers? Well, there are a few dangers. Number 2, Precocious. She's been rested 69 days. Candice Bass-Robinson in red hot form at the moment. Aussie Noach would have learnt a lot from her debut run at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. She actually travelled beautifully around the turn and she kept catching the eye late. So 2, Precocious got to have an outstanding chance. And the 7, Electromagnetism, who is the stable companion to number 2, Precocious, well, she looks to be making natural improvement with every start. She caught the eye last time when running second to Una the Unicorn, but she looks like that type. When the penny drops, she'll win a few races. So tricky race number 1. The 2, Precocious, a runner. The 7, Electromagnetism's a runner. And then you can also make a big case for number 9, Inside Voice, who is going to be my top selection. What are we going to do in terms of a suggested bet? Well, I'm probably going to go and take the swinger, 7 and 9. So swinger 7 and 9 in race number 1. Let's go on to race number 2. The second race, the first leg of the bipod, 12:40, the Interbet Maiden Juvenile Plate. It is for fillies. They'll go to the 1,200 meter marker. Let's run through the field. Number 1, Lowfelt Lily. Looks to be a nice big filly. She's probably looking for a bit further as well. Richard Faree gets the ride for Justin Snaith. She ran 3rd on debut and she was staying on beautifully late. She was only beaten 2 and a bit lengths by Ukaduma. I'm not too sure about the form lines. I don't think it was the hottest race in town, but she came to the course, she was green, and she can only make natural improvements. So that's number 1, Lowfelt Lily. I spoke to Mr. Marshall about number 4, Viva La Vida, which is the first timer. Gavin Lorena's in town to ride her. Probably a filly that's going to need 1 or 2 runs before we see her at her absolute best. Watch her in the parade ring, watch her move down to the start. But my top selection is going to be number 6, South of France. Alda Dume gets the ride for Candice Bass-Robinson. Now, if you can, go and watch the replay. Her first run was incredible. She was a long way back, she was very green, and she really stayed on strongly that last 300 meters. She ran 3 and a bit lengths behind Match That. Now, let's see how that form line holds up in race number 1. But if she's made that step forward back at home, I think she'll be very hard to beat in race number 2. So it's all systems go for me when it comes to number 6, South of France. After that, I don't think there's too much else. There's no real confidence coming through from the trainers with regards to the first timers. So what I'm going to do, being the start of the bar pot, I'm going to tip a bar pot. First leg, I'm going to go 1, 2, 4 and 6, by 2 and 3, by 6 and 7, by bank of 4, by 2, 3, 4 and 9, by 5 and 6 at the back. Let's page along. Let's go to the first leg of the place accumulator. Race number 3. Always value to be had in the PAs. You need to be on at 1:15. It's the Equifeeds Maiden Juvenile Plate. They go to the 1,400 meter marker. Initially, I made it an absolute 2-horse race, but the more I watch replays, the more I look at the form, I think this horse Sierra Sagrada is going to be very hard to beat. Vaughan Marshall did confirm that he's doing exceptionally well back at home, and he did make this his best of the day. If you can go and watch his last run over 1,400 meters, that was against older horses. Thomas Jenkins got the better of him late, but he is progressive. He's a lovely looking horse, and this looks to be the right race for him. He's got the draw. Jockey's in form, Gavin Larena. He'll be on speed. He should be there for nothing, and I'll make him very hard to beat when it comes to race number 3. The only danger, probably number 2, Diamond Days. Craig Zaki gets the ride for Dean Canham. Very good second behind Good For You, who's come out to run a crack at Hollywoodbets Scottsville about 2 weeks ago. An exciting horse is Good For You, one to watch for the champion season in KZN, trained by Glenn. But yes, Diamond Days, maybe this early stage, he looks to be an out-and-out sprinter. I watched he start at Hollywoodbets Durbanville over 1,400 meters, and he wasn't doing too much late. So I'm not sure where he fits into the pecking order. If there was a danger to Sierra Sagrada, it can only be number 2, Diamond Days. But I'm very strong on this horse. I think he's worth a punt on the nose, and we can pop that slider. Let's go and have a win bet. Whatever the price, I think he'll be quite short, but he should win race number 3. On to race number 4. First leg of the pick 6 goes off at 13.50. It's the Cape Turf Club Syndicate's maiden plate for fillies and mares. They back down the straight, 1,000 meters. Now, initially, I thought it was competitive. The unknown factor in the race is this horse, American Ultra, number 3, who comes back from 336-day rest. Aussie Noach does a lot of work at the Milnerton training facility, but as I say, I don't know where they are in terms of preparation. What I can tell you is that Ricky Maingard is in fine form at the moment, so let's watch this filly in the parade ring. Let's watch her move down to the start. I'm sure the presenters on hand will paint the picture as to where they are in terms of where she is with fitness. But her form's good. She's going to have a live chance, no doubt. But I think 6 and 7 will fight it out. They're hardy. They've been there. They've done that. They've had a few runs under the belt. Number 6, Ruby Rex, probably a little bit unlucky not to have won last time out. It looked like Craig Zaki had gone at the right time, and she got reeled in very late. In fact, with a naked eye, I thought she still did enough. But Ukuduma from Vaughan Marshall's training yard got the better of her. But Ruby Rex, a big runner. And then 7, Thingamabob. Well, Corne Orpha, Andre Nell, they team up. She was drawn 11 of 14 at Hollywoodbets Durbanville last time out. She was actually put in a good position by Corne Orpha. She was scraping paint in third. She didn't really do too much up the lane. I like the fact that they've now opted to go hit the reset button. Back to sprint, trip with Thingamabob, and I think she'll be right there on top of them. So 6 and 7 to fight it out, but the unknown quantity is number 3, American Ultra. Now, what are we going to do for a bet? Suggested play race number 4, being the start of the pick 6. I'm probably going to go and take the swinger 6 and 7. I'm going to keep it simple. It's not going to pay too much on the totes, but they should arrive. 6 and 7, the swinger. The 5th race, start of the jackpots. You know me, I love my jackpot play, and I think both jackpots are actually worthy on this Tuesday afternoon. Race number 5 goes off at 14.25. It's the Hangover Syndicate. It's a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. There's a few nice horses over here. I think number 3, Klein Carew, is going to take a big step forward from his last start. He showed speed, and just that last 100 meters or so got tired. Grant Fanica gets the ride for Ricky Maingard. Number 4, Rydian. Go and watch the replay, and you'll see why I'm supremely confident that he'll take a power of beating when it comes to race number 5. Craig Zaki, Dean Canham, they team up. It was his first run back from a long break. He was caught up, held up for a number of strides, eventually got the gap, and he came powering through late. In fact, I'm going to say if he got the gaps and the splits at the right time, he goes on to beat Green Planet on that occasion. So I'm very confident that Rydian will take all the beating in race number 5. Boundless Love, you got to respect his chances. I mean, he did finish in front of Klein Carew last time. He took a bit of riding from JP van der Merwe. And the interesting horse is number 11, Digby. I think that's how we say it. Elder Dome gets the ride for Shane Humby. It was his first run back from a long break last time, and he really stayed on strongly. So if he's taken a step forward back at home, this colt, he could be quite dangerous. But all things said and done, I think Rydian's going to take a power of beating when it comes to the first jackpot. So I'm going to go big on this horse. I think he'll win, no matter the price. I think if you get anything between 12 to 10 and 14 to 10, maybe you can try and string a few multiples for the rest of the afternoon. Let's move along. Let's go on to race number 6. Now, if you've missed out with the first jackpot and you didn't like the pick 6s and the place accumulators and the bar pots, the second jackpot's your last chance to get involved in a local exotic at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. It goes off at 3 o'clock. It's the Rites Kroll Stud Open Maiden. You heard me right. Open maiden for fillies and mares. They go to the 1200 meter marker. It's a nightmare of a race. You can make a case for a few of these horses. Number 2, Rosa or Syria. I spent a bit of time with Michelle Ricks and her team at Milnerton last week, Thursday, and she looked really well. She was glowing. The blinkers have gone on. She ran a fair race last time out. Craig Zaki's been booked to ride, and the yard are confident that she'll be very competitive. So please chuck her in. Number 2, Rosa or Syria. 3, Viva Perlay. Des McLaughlin, Grant van Niekerk. I like the fact that they've brought this filly back in trip. She's got a big chance. She's been on my radar for quite some time, and she'll be storming home late. So number 3, Viva Perlay, she needs to go into the play. 4, Cold Breeze. Well, she improved beautifully last time. She was actually running on strongly. Had the race been another 50 meters or so, she probably wins. She ran third. She was beaten just under a half a length by Angel Oasis. Now, I've looked at the form line, and Wild Applause was in that race, who was very unlucky on at Kenilworth during the course of last week. That was the Tuesday meeting where Justin Snaith was quite upbeat that she'd take a bit of beating. So Wild Applause ran behind Cold Breeze. We know that Wild Applause came out to run a fair second. So yes, Cold Breeze, if she can take another step forward, she's going to be right there on top of them. Adam Marcus, his strike rate very good. JP van der Merwe has been booked to ride this 3-year-old chestnut filly. And further down the page, number 9, Call Me Jane, Corne Orff and Andre Nelm. She's got a big chance. She would have needed that last run slightly. She ran 2 and a bit lengths behind Dive Bomber. She chimed into the race like she was going to be very competitive, and just that last 100 meters became very one-paced. But I am looking for big improvement from Call Me Jane in race number 6 on Tuesday afternoon. It's very competitive. I don't like the look of it. If I had my way, we've all got budgets to stick to. It's the start of Jackpot 2. You're probably going to have to go with a big F. I have tipped a Jackpot 2. First leg, I'm going 2, 3, 4, and 9. So first leg, 2, 3, 4, and 9. Second leg, we're going 5 and 6. Third leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. And the last leg, we're going 1, 4, 8, 10, 11, and 12. Seventh race, 15:35 is the off time. The perfectly placed class 3. Just having a look at the trip, 1100 meters. Competitive race, a few nice horses. In fact, I'm going to go as far as saying that some of these horses here will be names on the radar for the summer season, which we'll see later on in the year at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. I want to start with number 5, Empire State. I've narrowed it down to an absolute 2-horse race. 5, Empire State. I've been waiting for him to be gelded. He has subsequently been gelded. Candice Bass-Robinson, Aldo Durma, they've always spoken highly of this individual. He ran a cracker last time behind All Out for 6. We know that was on the 16th of March in the Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene Big Cap. He wasn't beaten too far. 5 lengths at the wire. We know that Lapulga's come out of that form line. He's franked it already. We know that Great Plains has gone to KZN. He ran a cracker at Hollywoodbets Gravel just the other day. I think he ran third. Behind that was Gladiatorian, who looks to be a nice horse trained by Stuart Ferry. So yes, I think form lines are strong when it comes to Empire State, and we know that he's won over this trip up the straight at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth already. So he's the horse they all need to beat. And then you've got the Speedball, who will go to the front. I can tell you now he'll go to the front. That's Elusive Winter. Trained by Michelle Ricks and Harold Crawford. Gareth Wright knows him very well. He's got one way of running. He'll jump out, he'll go off to lead them, and he's the horse that Empire State's going to have to go and fetch that last 200 meters. But I think they'll fight it out. I mean, you've got the hard hitters, Nordic Chief. He's been there, done that, got the T-shirts. Gimme Lightning. Watch for big improvement from his last run. I'm waiting for the conditions to get softer with Gimme Lightning. When we get some rain here in the Western Cape, he'll be right on top of them. And then number 7, Bluff on Bluff. He's been a soldier for Pitt Steyn and Albert Steyn. He ran a cracker last time. He's just got 53 on the back. But for me, Empire State and Elusive Winter, those are the 2 horses that will fight it out. And therefore, I'm going to go and take the swinger. Keep it simple. Let it pay a few rand on the tote, and let's catch it a few times. Race number 8 goes off at 4:15. It's the Hobday Equestrian Enterprises, class 4 for fillies and mares, over 1,500 meters. It does look a tricky race. I hope by now you've gone a good few in your multiples or your exotics. You're probably going to have to go very wide. Number 1, Hunger Tonga. Ricky Maingard did say in his post-race interview that she's a smart filly. Now that she's got that confidence booster, I'm sure she'll progress. She's got the inside draw, which is always a big plus here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. Number 2, Oni San. Well, she's been sliding in the rating. She'll be dangerous. I thought she would go very close to winning last time. I'm going to say it was disappointing, but Gavin Arena gets the ride. He'll make sure that she's in a winnable position. She must go in. 3, Lidavina. She's the value in this race because if she gets some cheap sectionals up in front, she can be very hard to peg back. Drawn 3, good run at Hollywoodbets Durbanville last time out. 1,500 meters, no problem at all. Cornet gets his fraction spot on. She'll be hard to fetch that last 200 meters. 4 Lady Lookalike, she got a deserved victory last time. She was in the right class. She's another one. Now that she's got that confidence booster and she knows how to win a game, she could be right on top of them. Louis Mkotwa gets the ride for Brett and James Crawford. And then the filly, I think they all need to beat. She could end up a lot better than what her rating's telling us. Klein Z number 7. Now go and watch where she came from last time out. She was drawn in the bushes. I thought it was a top ride from Andrew Fortune. Aldo Duma has always spoken highly of her. And when I looked at the race, I said, who's going to make the most improvements? It's definitely her. She'll end up a lot better than an 82 rating. So 7 Klein Z, probably the horse they all need to beat when it comes to race number 8. I'm not sure the price. Like I said, there's no betting available, but I'm sure you'll get 3 to 1, 28 to 10 in that region. She'll be sitting just off them early and she'll be storming home late, and that'll be my win play. The final race, the Get Out of Jail Stakes. I hope by now you're actually up a few rand. Race number 9 goes off at 16.50. It's the Hollywoodbets Bright Future. It's a C Stakes, and they go to the 2,200 meter marker. A few horses that stay well, a few that can be tricky rides, and a few that will need some luck. Let's start with number 1, Twice the Master. Aussie Noach knows him very well. Vaughan Marshall is the trainer. He's one of those horses that'll just keep giving. The more you throw at him, the more he'll just keep finding. He ran a very good second last time over this trip. He's got the draw. He's got no weight on his back. I know he can be a tricky ride, but we'll leave that for Aussie Noach. He's got to go into the play, number 1, Twice the Master. Then you've got further down the page, number 8, Heliotrope. Sean Veal, Candice Bass Robinson, she actually moved up like she was going to win with a ton in hand last time. She was absolutely cruising going past the 300 meter marker. Just that last bit, she started to get tired. I'm sure this time round you might just see Sean holding her up for a little bit longer, and she'll be coming on strongly, number 8, Heliotrope. She's actually done very well for the connections. Well done to Candice Bass and her team. They've just kept ticking her over, and she keeps earning money. So 8, Heliotrope got an undeniable chance. Number 10, Quite a King. He won a super race last time. He's got one way of running. He'll switch off early and he'll be coming at them late. Very hard to fault his form. The only concern is 64 kilograms over this sort of a trip. So if there is a negative with number 10, Quite a King, it is that 64 kilograms over 2,200 meters. Number 11, Show Off, Richard Fourie for Brett and James Crawford. He's progressive. He's been sparingly raced. He won a good race last time over 1,700 meters. And the way he races, it looks like he's crying for this trip. So he'll also be coming at them very late. And then 12, To the Moon and Back. He could be the value. In my preview that I did for this race, I said this could be the dark horse. Now, if you go and watch his last run, he was maybe a little bit unlucky not to finish a half a length closer. He was taken up for 1 or 2 strides at about the 75 meter marker, and he was running on strongly. Morne Vinnar knows him well. He does a lot of work for Des McLaughlin. They had that good winner of Jet Force closing up racing at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Tuesday last week, and I'm sure they'll be looking to close off the meeting again with number 12, To the Moon and Back. So, competitive race. I'm not going to stick my neck out and sound like a hero. I think there's value. You can make a case for a number of them. If it came to the lucky last and you said, Brandon, I'm in a little bit of trouble, I need to find a winner, I would suggest the Each Way, the horse that will keep giving, and that's Twice the Master. Let's go, Aussie. Do us a favor in the lucky last. Vaughan Marshall, the trainer. So Each Way, number 1, Twice the Master in race number 9. That's it from my side. Thank you very much for watching. We hope that it's informative. We hope that we find you a few winners along the way. Keep watching our social media pages. Keep logging onto that YouTube channel as well. Like I said, there's some exciting content leading up to not only the Durban season, where we know we've got a lot of Cape contenders, a lot of nice horses that have already come out and done really well. One of them being Sail the Seas, and the other one being 8 on 18. But I'll chat to you again soon. Enjoy it. Be safe. Bye-bye.